Hey everyone, this is Big Benedict. This is the final video in my Dead Space 3 Impossible Difficulty video guide and walkthrough. This is chapter 19. It's called Endings. So, in this first part, we're just running around. We're running up this mountain here. And there's no possibility of death, except if you linger too long, the hurricane will get you and kill you. And that's going to be an issue once we get a little bit further on into this chapter. I will show you where the checkpoint is, though. It's coming up right over here when we face the leapers, the black-skinned elite leapers. So checkpoint should be right over here, right when we can see the green box. It'll appear in a minute. This is kind of just a formality. We're trying to approach the final boss. This is the home stretch, and this is where the checkpoint is right here. So we have a couple of black leapers, like I mentioned right there, and the temptation after you do this sequence, you're going to get another checkpoint. There is a lot of boxes all around the place. I mean, once we get into the desert area, there's going to be like 4 or 5 boxes like right next to you. If you don't kill these guys in time, the vortex that's whirlwinding behind us is going to swallow you up and kill you instantly. So long as you're just killing these guys quickly, you're fine. I imagine you wouldn't even have to kill them if you didn't really want to, but they would get in your way and hinder your progress. So now we have a couple of stocks to kill, and then as per the normal Dead Space routine, or the Dead Space 3 routine, we're going to have some more leapers while we're trying to kill this last guy right here, but I killed him quickly enough. Oh no, we have I know we have some leapers. We have something in addition to this enemy here. Yeah, there's the leapers. Here's the Rosetta monster. So just take all these guys out, and he's flying off, never to be seen again. And there is a bench and a suit kiosk right before the boss, so you know there's ample time to get your bearings straight for the final boss, who isn't very hard whatsoever. It only took me about 4 tries to beat him, and you know, half of those tries were simply learning how to deal with him. But if you are on the fence about getting this game, I would say yes, do get it if you've played Dead Space 1 and 2. If you haven't, that is, if you've never played any Dead Space games, don't get this one. Get the first one, and then get the second one, and then get this one. Get them. I get games in order. That's what I do. But this one's quality level. It's got pretty high production values and set pieces and stuff like that. But if you want a truly horrific game, play the first one. I can't speak highly enough about that. But when they're flying here, there are lots of things that can kill you, like that. That would have been my instant demise right there. And I've pretty much decided I'm not going to be doing a hardcore run, but I'll explain that in a bit. I'm going to be doing other Dead Space content, though. Here's the checkpoint right here. See, there's like 4 boxes over there, and I kept getting them and stuff, and we're going to have some of these Twitchers spawn. There's one, then there's the other one right there. Stasis, these guys. It's fine to focus on the enemies, but if it's taking too long to kill the enemies and you're going out of your way to like smash bodies and smash boxes, there's a high chance that you're just going to get sucked into the whirlwind and it's going to shred you. So here's another stock right there. I'm going to take this thing out, and then more enemies are going to spawn, and I'm not even going to fight these guys. I'm just going to grab the item. I think I turn around once just to fire a shot into this guy, and that might have been the end of him. Go right over here, follow those red lines on the ground. Here's another. Here's the what are these called? The pukers. So just run past him. He actually, my punishment for avoiding that guy was he puked on me, and then he stopped me in my tracks, and I couldn't move. But the whirlwind is well behind me at this point. I mean, if you can smash the boxes, it's all fine. But don't just linger and focus on all the enemies. It's fine. Like I said, it's fine to kill them. but don't loiter because you're going to get killed by the whirlwind. So like these guys here, I would normally be disposed to just sprint past them, but this is very reminiscent of the end of Dead Space 2, where there's just so many enemies, it's crazy, and you can just run past them. That's all you really have to do. Fortunately, we don't have a regenerator around here to mess around with and have to deal with. Anyway, we have a checkpoint over here, some items to grab, and this is your opportunity to, really stock up, outfit yourself well, get some guns. The gun I have is like the gun that I think that works the best on the boss is simply the plasma cutter. You're not actually going to be hitting the boss with bullets. You're going to be hitting the enemies that he summons and throws at you. But I have like 1,200 rounds with the plasma cutter, so I had plenty of ammunition for this part. And the plasma cutter is so fast. It's just so fast. It's about halfway up the damage scale for my stats anyway. When I replay this game and my next project or whatever, I'm going to be focusing on trying to get that plasma cutter up a little bit in power. Here's another flying section. You just got to be careful. But basically, we have a big fish for the boss. And also, I'm not going to be leaving the ending in. I'll be leaving a little bit of it in, but then I'm going to be cutting out of it. I don't want any copyright disputes or anything like that. Plus, it's not a very good ending. It's ambiguous, and it left me kind of empty, which is sad. But anyway, here's the boss over here. You see his eyes? We're going to need to throw the markers into his eyes. You can only grab the markers when you're on the plate, though. That stasis plate. Or the kinetic supercharged sphere over here. And it starts out pretty easy. I mean, they give you one free shot where you can go on the sphere, and you have to be on the sphere, and then the marker pieces will light up, and then you just throw them into his eyes. It works really well. The hit detection is very good, and he's gonna throw rocks at us. You don't have to dodge the rocks. The rocks are just going to land right in front of us. See how it starts with 2? And if you stay here, you have that ability to use the supercharged stasis on here. But the only problem is, it's not really a problem, but it's just that you're very close to the enemies when they come at you. But I will switch to the sniper rifle, the secret rifle, pretty soon. One of the problems I had on this boss was just getting overwhelmed by enemies, and then my chance to throw a marker into his eye would pass. And I also died one time when he sucked me in, and it's at that point where you need to shoot the infected parts of his tentacles. You see, like right here, throwing that at him right there did no damage whatsoever. So look how effective this gun is. I could play the whole game with just this gun, and I would be happy. Okay, so at this point, just do your rapid fire into his tentacles. This is very easy. The threat of dying here is very slim there. I don't even know how I died on that part that one time. So just have a lot of items at your disposal. Now, I think I might have got that hit off. It doesn't take too many hits to take this boss down, and so here he's thrown down three rocks, and he summons some slashers and a twitcher, or no, 2 twitchers. I think he does summon twitchers too. Maybe not this early into the fight, but I take a lot of hits here, and I just take the damage. But basically, I'm just trying. I like having this gun because I don't have to multitask with more than 2 guns. I think that's the halfway point of the battle, actually. I don't like to multitask too much and swap too much, and I also like to just have one gun, because it's such a good weapon. I can't tell you how good and fast it is, and there's a twitcher right there, and just the luxury of not having to switch weapons, to not have to put your mind in that the mode of switching weapons every for every encounter. Like this gun takes care of everything you need to. Okay, so now he did this twice for me to shoot the tentacles very rapidly, and even I had to reload right there, so that reload speed was really helping me out right there. So now I can do nothing right now. I'm just standing waiting for him to do his next move. He's probably going to throw down some more enemies for me. There's a marker to grab, and without his eyes visible, I can really do nothing. So now he has four enemies coming at me. I think it gets up to 5, but if you can stay in this circle right here, you can use that supercharged stasis really effectively. It's just that see how hard it is to avoid getting damaged. You're going to get damaged. This is not any kind of no damage run or anything like that. This game is not like that. So just keep recharging, and then once you're in the sphere, those markers will be available to get grabbed, and that could have been the end of him right there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that is the end of the boss. I think it's a better boss than Dead Space 2, but the Dead Space 1 boss is the best, one of the finest examples of how a boss should be of a game that I've ever seen, let alone Dead Space. This part right here, you need to pull. This guy's got the ship, Carver and Ellie. He's got Carver and Ellie's ship caught in his belly, so I needed to release the. You're pressing L and O at that point. I needed to release the O button to get it to do that right there, but that's the end of the guide pretty much. I mean, there's going to be a little bit more action. We are going to get an opportunity to grab some loot. I'm not even sure why I grabbed this loot. It's not like I'm going to need it. I'm not going to need it where I'm going. But I want to wish everyone success with their own campaigns on impossible difficulty. And this has been a very successful guide. It's been fun. And you will see the Awakened DLC video guide in the future. In the very near future, I should say. And it'll be on the hardest difficulty, of course. And I also want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. And most importantly, I just hope it's been helpful. That's my goal. If it's helping the most amount of people, then I'm really happy. Anyway, I got one story-related trophy, and then one well, I guess they're 2 story-related trophies. None of which relate to the task of beating the game on impossible difficulty. But there was a little pop-up message at the end that said impossible mode cleared. So if you need proof, I mean, if you really, really need proof, you can watch the end of the video and you'll see it come. But this is pretty much not much time left for this video. The trophies are going to pop up right up here. I did some editing. There's a lot of credits. Shoot for the Moon, that's the trophy for beating the boss. And then this next trophy, Get on My Level, that's just the trophy for beating any difficulty level of the game. And here's impossible difficulty cleared. Thanks for watching my guide. I really appreciate the support, and stay tuned for more great content.